New at 10, the drama continues between Dalton's mayor and the village's board of trustees after multiple members did not attend tonight's monthly meeting.
Just pay attention to who bring all the drama to your community. Where all the hecklers that's normally in the crowd. They're not here today. Where everybody that got something to say when everybody up here talking, giving their opinion.
I'm not going to stop until she's behind bars.
Tiffany Henyard, the Tiffany Henyard saga is getting wilder by the day, and it seems like people won't rest until she's finally behind bars. But if you're wondering why she hasn't been arrested yet, you're not alone. The answer lies in a tangled web of drama, hidden deals, and shady secrets that are now beginning to unravel. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more shocking, her own attorney, once a trusted ally, has flipped on her, revealing stunning details that could very well be the beginning of her downfall. This latest development took place during a heated board meeting, one that quickly escalated into an explosive event. Unlike the usual formal discussions, this meeting turned into a battleground, with Henyard's former legal advisor delivering a jaw-dropping exposé. It wasn't just subtle hints or vague accusations. This attorney came prepared with damning revelations, exposing secrets that have long been buried beneath the surface of Henyard's political empire. For those unfamiliar with the controversy surrounding Tiffany Henyard, she has been a polarizing figure, often making headlines for all the wrong reasons. From allegations of corruption to abuse of power, her tenure has been riddled with scandal after scandal. However, despite mounting public outrage and increasing scrutiny, she has managed to evade legal consequences until now. The latest revelations from her former attorney might just be the catalyst that finally brings her reign to an end. During the board meeting, the attorney detailed instances of misconduct, corruption, and potential illegal dealings that Henyard was allegedly involved in. These claims weren't just baseless rumors, they were backed by insider knowledge, evidence, and first-hand experience. The betrayal was particularly significant because this attorney had once been one of her closest confidants, someone who knew the inner workings of her administration better than anyone else. Their decision to turn against her suggests that whatever was uncovered was too damning to ignore.
Jump and shoot. I know it was on the shoot, the jump and shoot. Always be.
The dramatic meeting in Dalton leads to even more controversy, this time over a new hire.
Not only did Mayor Tiffany Henyard make the hire without consent from the board, we're learning tonight the newest employee has a story.
Now, it's no secret that Tiffany Henyard has hired two criminal defense lawyers known for handling some of the country's most notorious cases. Naturally, this has led many to wonder why she needs such high-profile criminal defense attorneys if she insists she's innocent. While having a strong defense is always a smart move, the situation is far more complex than it appears. One of the lawyers Henyard hired, Beau Brindley, became infamous for his defense of R. Kelly's former manager, who faced serious accusations of witness tamper and involvement in illegal activities. Brindley managed to secure an acquittal for his client, but his tactics were heavily criticized. Allegations surfaced that Brindley coached witnesses to lie, tampered with evidence, and even breed officials to win cases. His methods, although effective in some cases, have drawn intense scrutiny over the years. One of the biggest controversies surrounding Brindley happened on September 3, 2015, when he faced 21 charges, including obstruction of justice and conspiracy. These charges were tied to 6 federal cases where he was the defense lawyer. Prosecutors accused him of engaging in unethical practices like improper witness coaching. Although Brindley was eventually cleared after a long legal battle, the case left many questioning his methods and ethics beyond the courtroom. Brindley's behavior has been just as questionable. Numerous former clients have accused him of fraud, claiming he took their money but failed to provide the legal assistance he promised. His online reviews are filled with complaints from people who felt misled and betrayed after paying for his services. Recently, Henyard's decision to bring her 2 defense attorneys to a public meeting took an unexpected turn during a village meeting in Dalton. Henyard had Brindley and another attorney, Ed MC Davitt, address the few attendees. Instead of focusing on the pressing issues at hand, the lawyers launched into a defense of Henyard, portraying her as the sole victim, while blaming others for the ongoing turmoil in the village. Brindley made some bold claims during the meeting, many of which raised eyebrows for their inaccuracy. He incorrectly stated that the Open Meetings Act required a 10-day notice to cancel a meeting, but in Reality, the act only requires such a notice when a public body changes its regular meeting schedule. Additionally, Brindley claimed that trustees don't have the authority to cancel meetings, which is also false. Trustees, or a majority of the board, can cancel meetings either by notifying the public or by simply not attending. One of the more controversial claims Brindley made was that the board was responsible for Henyard's appointment of Keith Freeman as village administrator. However, video evidence shows that while a motion was made for Freeman's appointment, it wasn't seconded and therefore failed. Despite the board's apparent disapproval, Henyard moved forward with the appointment. Ray also misrepresented Jason House's authority to sign checks. House was indeed authorized to sign checks as per the Cook County Circuit Court and village ordinances. Riley's argument that Henyard's personal attorney could stop certain actions was misleading, as it's the courts, not Henyard's lawyers, who have the authority to make those decisions. Instead of addressing the core issues and presenting a robust defense against the mounting accusations, Hen's lawyers seemed more interested in shifting blame without verifying their claims. This raises questions about their effectiveness as defense attorneys and whether their focus is truly on resolving Henyard's legal troubles. Meanwhile, the Dalton trustees have continued their work without Henyard. Last week, they gathered for a meeting at the Dalton Fieldhouse to discuss the village's financial future. Henyard did not attend the meeting. A trust Stanley Brown received a warm welcome from the crowd. Brown, once a close ally of Henyard on the village board, had not attended a special board meeting in recent months, but he made a significant appearance at this one. I had residents tell me to come and some told me not to. I'm here for all the residents, Brown stated. This meeting came just a week after Henyard tried to hold her own unofficial meeting, which lacked a quorum. During that meeting, she announced new appointments for village attorney and administrator, but trustee Jason House dismissed it as unofficial, claiming the appointments weren't sanctioned by the board. With mounting legal pressures, public scrutiny, and village board members moving forward without her, Tiffany Henyard's political future hangs in the balance as her defense attorneys scramble to protect her. The village of Dalton is left to pick up the pieces of a governance crisis that shows no signs of slowing down. The ongoing saga continues to raise more questions than answers, leaving many to wonder if Henyard's time in office is nearing an end.
Regularly scheduled Board of Trustees meeting was canceled because there weren't enough trustees present. But Mayor Tiffany Henyard still showed up and appointed a new village administrator and a new village attorney.
The political turmoil surrounding Dalton's Mayor Tiffany Henyard has recently captured the attention of both local residents and political observers. Henyard has been at the center of multiple scandals, from financial mismanagement to allegations of personal misconduct, leaving many questioning her ability to effectively lead the village. In recent months, Henyard's leadership has been under fire, especially after the cancellation of a scheduled Board of Trustees meeting due to a lack of quorum. Despite this, Henyard showed up, making a controversial move by appointing a new village administrator and attorney. This action, coupled with her inability to manage the village's finances, has sparked frustration among trustees and residents alike. The most pressing concern facing the village is its significant budget deficit. Henyard recently admitted to a $2 million shortfall, but many trustees believe the deficit is actually much larger. Adding to the financial turmoil, the village's bank issued a 60-day notice over signature disputes, citing Henyard's refusal to sign numerous checks totaling millions of dollars. This has prompted the trustees to implement a temporary halt on travel and meal reimbursements for elected officials, as accusations of misuse of village funds surface. In Henyard's absence at a trustees meeting, significant decisions were made, including the approval of 18 stalled business licenses and a new firefighter contract, which was held up due to Henyard's interference. The trustees also moved to terminate Deputy Police Chief Louis Lacey, who faces federal bankruptcy fraud charges. These actions have highlighted the growing discontent with Henyard's leadership. One of the most egregious accusations against Henyard is her extravagant spending of taxpayer funds. Reports have revealed that, between July and November 2023, Henyard and her administration spent tens of thousands of dollars on luxury items, including first-class flights, upscale dining, and personal shopping sprees. A particularly contentious example was her 5-day trip to Austin, Texas, which cost the village over $220,000, including lavish hotel stays, high-end dining, and purchases of sports apparel. This kind of spending has drawn sharp criticism from residents, who question her ability to manage public funds during a financial crisis. Henyard's administration has also been accused of targeting local businesses, such as Lawrence Gardner's trucking company. The company has been inactive since January 2023 due to accusations that Gardner sold alcohol without a license, claims he denies. Gardner believes that his business may have been targeted for reasons unrelated to the alleged infraction, particularly after local business owners were asked to donate significant sums to the village shortly after Henyard took office. Despite mounting public backlash, Henyard has remained defiant. She has accused her critics of launching political attacks against her and framed herself as the victim of a smear campaign. In a recent board meeting, she downplayed the financial crisis, although trustees contradicted her by revealing that the actual deficit was much higher than she had reported. Adding fuel to the fire, Henyard spent $85,000 on a party for the Taste of Thornton Township event, despite facing budget cuts and a state investigation into her spending. The event, which featured performances by R&B singer Kiki Wyatt and rapper Jay Holiday, was considered a failure, with only about 70 attendees. The controversies surrounding Henyard have extended beyond finances. Her administration is facing a civil lawsuit related to an alleged sexual assault during a work trip to Las Vegas. The lawsuit, filed in April 2024, accuses both Henyard and a village trustee of being involved in the assault of a former assistant. The case is further complicated by a separate complaint filed by Officer Brian Miles, who claims that the trustee boasted about the assault during a FaceTime call. Henyard has continued to defend her actions, hiring controversial lawyer Bo Brenly, known for defending high-profile clients like R. Kelly's manager. Brenly's questionable legal history has raised concerns about the defense Henyard is mounting in the face of mounting scandals. As legal and financial challenges continue to pile up, many residents are calling for Henyard's resignation. The trustees are already taking steps to limit her influence, and public sentiment in Dalton is overwhelmingly against her leadership. As more details of her administration's financial and legal troubles emerge, the future of Henyard's leadership appears increasingly uncertain. In conclusion, the situation in Dalton serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of accountability for public officials. The growing number of scandals surrounding Henyard has left many wondering whether her time as mayor is coming to an end, or if there is more to the story that has yet to unfold. The village's residents and trustees are calling for greater transparency, financial responsibility, and a change in leadership.